Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. You're welcome to Talk Time this great Saturday morning, the very first Saturday in the month of June. Not just the first Saturday, but the first day too in the 6th month of the year. All right, so the year is really advancing with lots and lots of vigor and vitality. And I hope we're drifting along too in a wonderful style. We're here all the time to supply the infos that will keep you 1,000 miles ahead of the information race. On Talk Time this morning, we're going to be looking at a voluntary blood donation, a lifeline to accident victims, and we're going to be doing that from the viewpoint of an agency that stands tall in 20 years. We'll be connecting with them very shortly, but quickly taking you through the roads. Most of the areas we're covering still looking very good this beautiful Saturday. If you head into the island, the Third Mainland Bridge is very good. If you're also making that journey through Ikorodu Road, it's cool and calm at the moment. Watch out for slowness at the intersection points, but no major worries. Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway also experiencing good vehicular movement as well. Apapa Oshodi Expressway, not bad at all. But if you're coming in from Mile 2 End, heading towards Oshodi, you have an impediment of an articulated vehicle, but not really obstructing the flow of traffic. But watch out for that, driving through that corridor. Those of you coming into Lagos on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is still looking good as well. That will give us some time to have a very good conversation. And I make bold to bring in my guest, who is the Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service. And of course, she's no stranger to the microphone. Dr. Bodrini Oshikomaya, a great friend of the house, right here with us in the building. Good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody.
And how are you doing?
Very fine.
All right.
It's been a while since I sat down beside you like this.
Yes.
It's been daily that has been hankering our program for a while.
That's very true.
Yes.
And I must say that you guys are doing so well with the Safe Blood Arena campaign. Yes. But I understand you guys are clocking 20.
Yes.
Is that true?
No, we're not clocking. We have clocked 20
You're
today.
20? Today?
Today, 20 years ago, the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Committee was commissioned as an agency to ensure that there is safe blood for everyone who requires it.
Right. That's 2004.
2004, yes.
And 20 years down the line, how are things faring with the agency?
Well, it's been God all the way. It's been good. Really, we have been able to look at what has happened in the past. Where did we start from? Where we are and where we are going to. So many things have changed. We have had a lot of innovation coming in. We have had a lot of passionate people working actively to support the agency. We have had our numbers increase and some numbers decrease. So it's been really nice, beautiful. We've had a transformation of our public and private blood banks, from the way they used to be to the way they are now. Quackery has reduced. We have had implementation of policies. We have strengthened our regulatory arm, that is the monitoring and enforcement subcommittee. So many great things have happened. Which
is very good. So that means a lot is happening within your agency. But in terms of consciousness with the people now, especially with the voluntary blood donation part, how has things fared in these 20 years?
Over 20 years, things have been better, but it's still not good enough. Really, because as I said, over the past few days, we've had the opportunity to look at our numbers. And of all the blood we've collected in 20 years, we still have 10.2% of those units of blood coming from voluntary blood donors. That means 89.8% of the blood collected was not from the voluntary donors.
Wow.
It might look like a low number. Yes, it is low. Some people will tell us that, blood transfusion service Lagos, you have done so well, but it's still not enough. We have a target to ensure that every unit of blood comes from voluntary blood donors. So we still have quite a long way to go.
So let's look at the historical antecedents of all of this. So before you were autonomous as an agency, where was blood transfusion service? Where was it domiciled?
Yes, so before year 2004, the blood transfusion service was domiciled in General Hospital Lagos as a directorate. So just like a blood bank, a directorate in the hospital, a unit in the hospital. During that period, a lot of work was going on. Many of our founders were getting together to draw up policies, to draw up the bill for the blood transfusion service. We're ramping up capacity building, quality assurance training to ensure that the right right thing was done. And some of our founders were out of the country to see how things ran in well-developed countries, even then at that time, and compare it to what we have so that we can create a better future for the blood transfusion service then in 2004.
Right. So this is some 20 years gone by. A lot has really transformed. An agency is standing, and that baby of 20 years ago is now growing to be an adult, so to say. All right. So it's very, very good that we have this, but we're talking about voluntary blood donation as a lifeline. We'll come to the activities that we're marking this 20 years for LBTS. But voluntary blood donation, you said it's just 10%.
Yeah, it's just 10%.
Of the total blood collected?
Of the total blood collected over 20 years.
Ooh.
So if you look at the total over 20 years, about 10.2%. If you look at the total in year 2023, it has risen. So the total in year 2023 was about 18% of all the blood collected. But if you look at the total in 20 years, it made it drop. Right. So yes, the numbers of voluntary blood donors are increasing.
Well, let's look at year in, year out now. 2020, 2021, 2022.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Yeah, so I will start from 2019. In 2019, in 2018, the percentage of voluntary blood donors was 13%.
Okay.
In 2019, it rose to 14.1%. In 2020, because of the COVID pandemic, it dropped drastically to 6.5%.
Definitely.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of voluntary donors, and generally blood donation dropped in year 2020. In 2023, we started joining once again, and it rose to 8.5%. That's 6.5 to 8.5.
Right.
That is in year 2021. In year 2022, the value was about 15%.
Wow.
And then in year 2023, it went up to 18%.
So it's been year in year on, it's been rising.
It's been rising.
Save for COVID.
Save for COVID, yes.
Right.
It's
okay,
so
save
for COVID.
Which is very, very good. So who donates more, male or female?
Oh,
the men, right?
But we females are doing fine.
I know you want to disclose that record, that part of you, because you're a woman.
Yeah, no, really. The truth is that the male gender, they do donate more blood compared to the females, but our females have done so well. The numbers of females donating blood is also rising because now the education is more. Before, there were lots of myths that females can't donate blood because you're a woman. Some women just have that opinion that because they lose blood every month, they cannot. But it is kind of true because when you are on your menstrual flow, you are not encouraged to donate blood.
Right.
Many women become pregnant during your pregnancy period. You cannot donate the blood. During the breastfeeding period too, you are not encouraged to donate blood. And look, we women always want to be slim and fine, so our dietary habits are quite poor because you don't want to gain weight. So quite a number of women also do not have adequate blood to give others. They just have good enough blood for themselves
to survive.
So really, quite a lot of women may not be eligible to donate blood. But the truth is that the numbers of women donating blood yearly is increasing.
It's rising by the day.
Yes.
But on the battlefront, men are the ones that donate more.
We appreciate you, men. Thank you very much.
Thank you for appreciation, which is very good. But you just mentioned something about myth now. So it means that there are lots of myths that are attached to blood donation.
Yes,
is that correct?
What
are some of these myths? Let's just explore them.
Okay, the commonest myth nowadays is that I don't have blood to give other people. So
that's what people will tell you.
Yes, really say, come and donate blood. Sorry, I know we have a mix of people. I don't have blood, but first of all, you have adequate blood for yourself, and many people do have enough blood to give others. All we ask is that just give it a check. Before blood is collected from you, we'll check if you have enough to give others. Another myth is blood donation is painful. Yes, you will feel a bit of needle prick. Yes, but we always encourage you that think of the joy in the people that will receive that blood. So, and it helps them to prepare themselves for that needle prick, because truly the needle is a little bit bigger than the usual needle one. Because you don't want blood to go into a very tiny needle. It is not good. We need a white bore needle. Another very common myth is when I give out blood, I might lose my blessings, I'll not be able to give birth again. All those ones are not true. We have examples of a lot of men that give out blood and they are really successful. And some of them have so many children, and you wonder that, oh, what is happening here? And then another beautiful myth is when you give blood, you might have an infection. I can assure you that everything used to collect blood never been used before. We usually open the packs in front of the donor so you can see that it is sterile, it has not been used by anybody, and so the possibility of you being infected when giving blood is almost negligible.
Right.
Yes.
So there's no way anybody will be infected during the process of getting that blood.
Yes, please.
All right. These are myths, and I'm sure that your agency, you've been able to debunk these myths over the years.
Yes, especially during this Save Blood Arena, we have been able to tell people about a lot of these myths. We've debunked them. We've told them the facts. It's been a great opportunity coming here every Monday between 4:30 and 5 p.m. to talk about our myths, to talk about the facts, to talk about activities and the processes of getting blood safe before transfusion.
All right, then. So who can donate blood?
Yes. You can donate blood.
Who can?
And you can donate blood.
I know. So I have donated before, but
yes.
who can?
So every individual between the ages of 18 and 65 years old can donate blood, either male or female, if you are able to pass through the donor eligibility question. So we'll give you a set of questions. We'll ask you a set of that. Are you fine? Do you have fever? If you are healthy enough and you feel good, that is the first one. Number 2, your weight must be at least 50 kilograms. Though we collect blood from people that are less than 50, if you are between 45 and 50 kilograms, we take a lower volume of blood.
Oh, okay. That's where you can get lower volume?
Yes, we have special bags.
I thought you just had 1 pint kind of...
No, we have the 1 pint bag, which takes about a sachet of pure water. That's about 450 mils. And then we have the pediatric bags that take lower volume. You can also donate blood.
Pediatric bag?
Yes.
Do you take from children?
Yes, we know pediatric bags, as in the smaller bag.
Oh, the smaller bags.
A smaller volume.
Transfuse children.
That we use to transfuse children.
Oh, okay.
And then if you have taken your blood and we have found the level of the blood to be adequate within the acceptable range, we can also collect blood. So if you are a female, as I said earlier, and you're not on your menstrual flow, you are not pregnant, we will take blood from you. If you don't have a history of blood diseases or conditions that your doctor have said, please do not take blood. We will not collect blood from you. So those are so many things. It's not just about the age or the weight or the gender. There are many other questions that we would ask for you to be eligible before giving out blood.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This is Talk Time, and this great Saturday morning, we're having a very nice conversation with the Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service, Dr. Boduri Oshikomaya. The Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service clocking 20. And that is why this program on this morning, we're looking at voluntary blood donation, a lifeline to accident victims. And I need you to speak to that, by the way, before I begin to take some calls. Before then, quickly, let's get back to the roads. Most of the areas still looking very, very good. Aja axis this great morning. The length and breadth of the corridor of coverage is looking good. Aja descending Jubilee Bridge, proceeding through Elijah, that stretch down to Jakonde and Ikate, as well as Marwa, looking pretty good. That entire stretch is very lovely this Saturday morning. The return journey from Marwa all the way to Elijah as well as Aja is moving at a much faster pace. Impediments very, very negative this wonderful Saturday morning. All right, that leaves some time for you to drive, but we do say do not hit on your gears too hard. Just slow down and drive responsibly. Anthony Corridor currently experiencing good vehicular movement from the foot of Domalong Bridge heading towards Anthony. It's looking pretty good, and then connecting Ojota, that stretch of 7 kilometers, looking very good. The return journey from the interchange, inwards journey Ojota, New Garage, Odo Yalaru up to Anthony is moving at a much faster pace. And then Anthony connecting Palm Grove as well as Onikman up to Fadeyi is also very much in good shape. Fadeyi linking you up with Ajibo and Ojo Elegba is looking good too. This beautiful Saturday, we can tell you no impediment sighted on Ikorodu Road as we speak. I needed to speak to the significance of blood donation generally. You've been there. You are the executive secretary. You've seen how things are. talk to somebody who is just listening to us right now, probably hearing about people donating blood for the first time, or perhaps they must have heard about it. They just want, look, I don't have enough blood, but they've heard you speak this morning. Convince them why it is necessary.
So there are quite a number of significance and advantages to donating blood. So the greatest advantage to donating blood is from the person that is giving the blood out, and the person receiving it. You save that person's life. That person is alive. So for you giving out blood, what's the first advantage? The first advantage is that you have a quick health check. You know, I mentioned to you that we do not just collect blood. So we'll ask you some questions. There are some people that do not know they have some forms of clinical conditions in there because they really did not even think about it. So when those questions are being asked, you might be able to detect a particular clinical condition or the other. We also do some quick health checks like your blood pressure, we do your pulse rate, your temperature range, and then we also check your blood level. There are many people walking about with very, very low levels of blood or very, very high levels of blood, which are equally quite dangerous. So once you detect anything, you're able even to see a clinical doctor, as in a medical doctor. We would refer you through our very, very beautiful referral system. Apart from that, anybody that is donating blood has an opportunity for some tests. You know, we do not know what type of infectious diseases that are there lurking in us. So we'll do those tests. If there is anything of note, we will give you a call to inform you, and then you see a doctor. We also have conditions like polycythemia that I said that need immediate health care, management. Apart from this too, there are so many other things that sound funny. When you donate blood, your iron levels become stable. And very low iron levels or stabilized iron levels have been associated with low cancer incidence.
Wow.
I would rather give blood every day if possible and not have cancer.
Definitely.
And things like that, yeah.
Wow.
So we also have people that studies have shown that people that donate blood have a good mental health state. In a place like Lagos, that there are so many things, you know, that could disrupt your mental health and even this economy, you know, having blood, giving blood, and it's associated with good mental health state is really wonderful. Usually studies have shown that because you are seen to be making other people happy, it adds to your own very good mental state.
Right.
Much more than this.
So it makes you healthy.
It makes you healthy, yeah. Much more than this. When we give you blood, we give you mementos, we give you souvenirs. So it's a thing of pride. We celebrate our voluntary donors. We give awards, and many people that are leaving the shores of Nigeria are coming back to the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service, asking for letters of volunteer service that they give blood, because it adds to their points in getting things like scholarships, in getting job opportunities, and so these are one of so many. And yet, I must say something. When you give blood voluntary, you are giving a voluntary blood donation card that gives your close family relatives an opportunity to receive blood at the time of emergencies without replacement.
All right, then. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Very shortly, we'll expand the discourse to have your input as well. But what's the process? I mean, for those who would like to donate blood, what does the process go through? What do we go through?
Yes, once you've made up your mind to donate blood, before you leave the house, or before you leave wherever you are, eat a healthy meal, take a lot of food.
I should eat well.
Eat well, yeah, because you need the energy. Just a healthy meal, not fatty meal. Don't take a lot of butter. Just a healthy meal. Understand?
Like pounded yam?
Pounded yam is a healthy meal if it comes with vegetables and some nice ogufe meat and eforiru. So just take a healthy meal, take a lot of water. Once you get to the voluntary donation centers, you'll be given a form. The questions are quite a lot, but every question there adds value to whoever would receive the blood from you. Please answer all the questions. Following the questions being answered, you will see a counselor who will ask you other questions, because there are some things you might not even remember. We'll ask you questions. We'll tell you that we're going to test your blood, whatever happens. We'll tell you all the process involved in collection and processing the blood. After that, a few tests will be done. Like I said, the blood pressure, a drop of your blood will be used to test for the level of the blood. After that, you'll be put on a very comfortable chair, a voluntary donation chair, and we will explain to you that a needle will go into a very, very visible vein. And once the needle gets into your skin, it takes about 3 to 5 minutes to fill up a blood bag.
Ah, wow. So it's that simple.
It's that simple.
Yeah, but for some, some have challenges. Sometimes when you go for this kind of test, there are always challenges locating your veins for some people.
Yes, every human is different. For example, it's quite difficult looking for my veins. So once it's time to donate blood,
it's always a challenge.
It's always a challenge. And
I have that too sometimes.
Yeah, so it's quite challenging, and that's why we train our phlebotomists on how to locate the vein. And we also tell them, even if somebody wants to donate blood, once you cannot locate that vein, kindly refrain from donating blood. But one of the things that helps your vein to be more visible is when you take a lot of fluid. That's why we say you hydrate well. Once you hydrate well, it's easier for us to see your vessels before the blood is collected. So it is a challenge for us, and we don't like puncturing the veins of our donors without collecting the blood. So if you can't see, we just tell you, we can't collect today. Will you guys come another time? Or do you want to wait for a while and take a bottle of water? And apart from that, so there are other maneuvers we do. We could add a bit of pressure using something called a tourniquet. We tie above the hand and tell you to pump vigorously. So when you pump vigorously, it helps the veins to also pop up.
Right. So that can only be gotten from your hand, right? Or is there anywhere else one can get blood from?
Well, you can get blood from different places, but we rather use the hand somewhere that is visible, that you don't need to start doing some special maneuvers.
Right. Okay, then. So this is collected. Now, for you, who are the people that even process this, but what does it go through? I mean, what are the levels? Or do you have situations whereby you still get this blood and it gets wasted? Does it happen?
So you have asked me 2 questions, the processing and the wastage. Which one should I start with, wastage or processing?
Anyone.
Okay, yes, I'll start with some wastage. So it's possible that blood is collected and it's wasted, and that is why if you look at what we do at the blood transfusion service, we do a lot of training. If the blood is not well collected, for example, talking about the needle into the vein, if the vessel is not big enough, it might cause the blood to lyse. That is, it is destroyed even while collecting it.
Wow.
So it can cause wastage. So that's one of them. Well, even if it's a big vein and it's a good enough vein, if the blood is not well mixed with what we call an anticoagulant, so blood in anybody, once it gets out of the body, it coagulates, it solidifies. So if you do not mix it with that chemical, then there could be an issue. So immediately blood gets into that blood bag, it must be mixed gently by moving it left and right on your hand, or use the special equipment called a blood agitator so that it is well mixed. So if you don't do that and the blood is about to be processed, once we see anything like a blood clot, that blood becomes wasted.
Wow.
Other things that helps us to waste blood during the transportation, when blood is going from one place to another, if it is not put in a cold chain, blood must be kept in a particular temperature between 2 to 6 degrees centigrade. Once it is not put in that temperature, especially in a place like Lagos that the weather could be so hot, it will destroy the blood, so it could cause wastage. So these are all the things we ensure that people that collect blood put into place before blood
Let's
is
take
processed.
this call. Hello there, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Nuruddin.
All right, Nuruddin, talk to me. What's happening on the road?
All right. The earlier reported truck that had an accident at Alaka in what they call bridge is about to recover now.
Okay. It's about being recovered.
The traffic has been diverted from Alaka to Coste and route Eco Bridge for now.
Okay.
Pending the time the evacuation will be completed.
All right. Now, the location of the breakdown is on Eco Bridge, right?
No, Alaka inward Eco Bridge.
Inward Eco Bridge, okay. All right.
But pending the time they will recover, the traffic has been diverted to service lane through Alaka, Coste, down to Eco Bridge.
Okay, then. All right, Nuruddin, thank you so much for that update. All right, that's from our control room. So there's a breakdown at Alaka inwards Eco Bridge, and efforts on for its evacuation. But pending the time, it's been diverted, talking about traffic, being diverted from the main carriageway towards the service lane at Alaka. From there, you connect Costain and you proceed on your journey towards Eco Bridge. All right, so even all of this that you've said, let's talk about what you have. This is 20 years down the line. Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service as an agency. How many blood donating centers do you have?
So we have 3 voluntary blood donation centers. We have 30 public hospital blood donation centers, and we have 136 private blood banks that also collect blood.
136
private blood banks that also collect blood.
Wow.
Which is increasing every day. It's a living number, because as we close down some for one reason or the other, we also increase the numbers of people that are willing to open up private blood banks.
Right. So 136, is that sufficient for the population of Lagos, for instance?
The 136 is sufficient for the population of Lagos. It's just that people are still not donating blood adequately.
Okay, so 136. And in terms of facilities for blood donation, do we have enough in Lagos?
Well, we do not have enough facilities, I must confess. The best of the facilities are found in the Lagos State Voluntary Blood Donation Centers compared to the other blood donation centers. So we have beautiful facilities, semi-automated equipment in the collection of blood. We have a full apheresis center under the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service that also collects blood, and there are 3 private ones that do full automation in collection of blood components in other places. Right. But in the public hospitals, we are ramping up so that they have better equipment. For example, if you go to some state hospitals, you will see them with their beautiful donation couches, unlike donation on beds. So things are really changing.
Oh, good. All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio, another 6.1 FM. Let's see if we can expand the discourse beyond the studios to also have your input at this time. And today we're looking at voluntary blood donation, a lifeline to accident victims. My guest, Dr. Bodun Yoshikomaya, Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service. 08099 120777 and 09153 877127. So let me just say that slowly. 0809 912 0777. Okay, that's 0809 912 0777 and 09153 877127. Those are the numbers that you can call, especially now that LBTS clocking 20. So let's talk about that now. So what are the activities lined up to mark this 20th anniversary of your agency?
Yes, the major activity is we have.
Okay, let's take this call first of all. Hello there.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing?
Very fine, thank you.
Okay, who am I speaking with?
Please, I'm just listening to your guest, and I've been hearing something about one blood can save 3 lives. I don't know if you can differentiate on that.
What's your name? What's your name, please?
I am Bumi.
Bumi, where are you calling from?
Calling from K2.
All right, Bumi from K2. It's nice to have you. I hope you've donated blood before.
Yes, I have.
Oh, great. It's nice to have you join the conversation. I hope you continue to donate.
Yes, I'll continue to donate.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Bumi. Just listen on your radio.
She said she's hearing about the blood transfusion.
Yeah, she said like one blood donated can save 3 lives. Can you authenticate that?
Yes. Okay. So every unit of blood can save 3 lives. So every time you donate blood, it's not just the red blood that is donated. The blood that is donated consists of different things. We have something called the red cells, which is the color you see. That is what carries the oxygen. That is what most people request for. We also have the plasma. That is where all the blood, the red cells, and the proteins and the platelets are. This is where we have the coagulation plasma, coagulation factors in. And once you have that part of blood in you, it helps you to ensure that the blood is kept within the vessels and it is not wasted.
All right.
And then we have the platelet concentrate. So every time you donate blood, especially at the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service, it's collected in specialized bags, and that unit of blood is divided into the red cell concentrate, which carries the oxygen, the fresh frozen plasma, which helps your blood to be coagulated, and then the platelet, which also reduces the incidence of wasting blood. So once you donate blood, those 3 units can save 3 different people.
Wonderful. So let's talk about the programs lined up for this 20th anniversary of LBTS.
We have one major program, one celebration, one party time. We have our symposium coming up on the 4th of June at Radisson.
Oh.
Yeah, we are going to talk about everything. We are going to have
Radisson Blue?
Yes, Radisson
Where is that?
Blue.
Ikeja?
Ikeja GRA, yes.
Okay.
We'll have a documentary coming up where we'll tell the story over 20 years. Look, it's so amazing about the things that have happened in 20 years, our challenges, our achievements, the passion on people, the support from the political will, support and political will from the government, our administrative leaders, the voluntary blood donors, our stakeholders. We will celebrate them on that day. And we'll be saying a lot of things about where we are going to in the next 10 years.
All right, so I have some messages coming in from you. This one says, happy weekend, Traffic Radio. What are the eligibility criteria for someone to donate blood? Are there any age or health restrictions? This is Mary Onyeka sending this one in.
So,
anyway, go ahead.
Yes, we mentioned it before, Mary. Yes, there are restrictions. We have eligibility criteria. Age between 18 and 65 years old. Weight at least 50. If you are less than 50, it is only specialized bags you can use to collect that blood. We must have collected a part of your blood and tested it to be sure that it is within that reference rate that you can give others. You must have answered those eligibility questions that says and helps us to confirm that you're in a good health state.
All right. This one says, good morning, doctor. Please, how often can a person donate blood without it affecting their health negatively? Thanks. This is from Ahmed.
Ahmed, you can donate blood at least every 3 months. So the maximum time you could donate blood in a year is 4 times.
And do we have people doing that?
Yes, we have people doing that. I'm sure we've entertained one of our eye donors that has donated over 100 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
That means he's been doing that for several years.
He has been doing that for several years.
All right. What are the benefits? Somebody said this one. They say, what are the benefits for the donors themselves when they give blood? It says, how do they replace their lost blood? Esther is sending this one in from Agor Palace Way.
Esther, we've talked about the benefits. Benefit starts from you having a health check. You are able to ensure that your family gets blood without replacement. Your blood cells, also your bones marrow also work better since you are giving out blood. Your mental state is very, very good. There is very, very little incidence of anxiety or depression when you give blood. So how does your blood get replaced? Within a few hours of collecting blood, of giving out blood, your body begins to replace the liquid part, and that's why we encourage you, once you take a lot of liquids, so your body start replacing the plasma. Within 24 hours your cells start being replaced, especially the white blood cells. So it's an immediate thing once you are healthy, and that's why we make sure that you are healthy before giving blood.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio, another 6.1 FM, gradually winding to the end this morning, but we can still hear from you. 08099120777. Messages trickling in. This one says, good morning, Traffic Radio. It says, okay, let me get this correct. It says, good morning, Traffic Radio. Over the past 20 years, how has LSBTS adapted to the growing needs for blood donation in Lagos? Anike from Iwaya, sending that one in.
Thank you, Anike. I appreciate that. So before now, in the first 10 years, we had an average of 75,000 units donated every year. At the same time, we had less specialized surgeries. We had less need for blood. But in the last 10 years, we have had more specialized surgery. We have had things like cardiac surgeries. We have had transplants being done, and more specialized needs have come up. So we have been doing more advocacies for people to donate blood. We have had things like the apheresis system. We have expanded the donation centers to where they are now. We have encouraged every hospital, especially the state hospital, to have a donor unit. We have also had specialized processing of blood. For example, we have the pathogen reduction system that helps to remove all those things we do not know. We have collaborated with many people to encourage them, that's many organizations, to encourage them to give blood so that we meet the increasing needs in Lagos State.
All right, then. There's some more questions here that are coming in for you. This one says, good morning, Mr. Victor, and to your guests. Okay, let me try and get that correct. 08099120777. It says, good morning, Mr. Victor, and to your guests. Please, what is the contact details for the agency for donating blood? It says, I really, really want to donate, but don't know how to go about it. Ade, he sent that one in from Ikeja.
Thank you, Ade. The contact details, I will give it to you now. So we have 0806 9207914. That is the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Committee donor recruitment line. 0806-920-7914. This number is also on WhatsApp. So if you don't want to give a call, you can send a WhatsApp message. But I can tell you, you stay in Ikeja, you can walk into the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. There is a donor center there. You can go to one of our voluntary donor centers at the Lagos State Accident and Emergency, or you can come to the headquarters. I'll be hoping to see you there at Bagada General Hospital. We have the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Committee headquarters there.
Oh, beautiful. This one says, good morning, Lagos Traffic Radio. Okay. Good morning, Lagos Traffic Radio. It says, can other blood groups, aside from AA, donate blood? Sheung from Ogba is sending that one in. So, does it affect the blood groups?
So, Sheung, you have said something. AA, when we say AA, we are talking about the hemoglobin genotype. So, if you are AA hemoglobin genotype or you are AS, you can donate blood. Your blood is, we will with all our joy get the blood.
Okay.
For all blood groups, every blood group is important. Every blood group is needed. If you are A positive or A negative, B positive or B negative, O positive or O negative, or you are AB positive or AB negative.
Any blood group can donate.
Every blood group can donate. We are in need of every unit of blood you can give to those that require it.
All right. So, Sheung, please just head to the nearest blood donation center, and he stays in Ogba. He or she stays in Ogba. So, which is the nearest to him?
Ogba, we have Ifakoja General Hospital there, and we have Agege General Hospital.
Okay.
So either we three, you are there. We'll be waiting for you.
Okay, that will be pretty good. This one says, good morning to you, Victor and Dr. Oshikomaya. Now, considering the 20-year milestone, how has LSBTS adapted its strategies to meeting the specific blood needs of road crash victims in Lagos? Dr. Ojo is sending that one in.
So we should have talked about that. First of all, the greatest achievements we've done concerning that is our protocol on massive transfusion protocol and emergency stroke disaster protocols. So sometimes there's blood everywhere, but we're unable to coordinate our services together to get that protocol in place. So those protocols, once there's an accident or when there is a disaster, we are immediately informed through either of those protocols, either by the LASAMBOS, that's Lagos State Ambulance Services, or LASEMA, Lagos State Emergency Management Agency. Once they inform of, blood is taken to those centers from the agency, number one. Number two, if there is any hospital, be it a private hospital or a public hospital that has a blood bank, we ensure that the blood is gotten to them too. One of the things about emergency protocol is the use of O negative blood. So if you are O negative, that is blood group O negative, we really do require that you continue to give blood regularly, because at the point of emergencies, when there is a dire need of blood, you do not need to immediately cross-match this blood. This blood can be transfused to whosoever needs it directly once you are O negative. Once you have donated it and the blood has been screened free from any transfusion transmissible infectious agents, it's usually the first unit of blood that we can give, even without cross-match.
All right, let's begin to wrap this up this morning. LBTS, Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service, clocking 20. The milestone it is. So on Tuesday we'll be marking this. Is that correct?
Yes, on Tuesday.
And where is it holding again?
Radisson Blue, Ikeja GRA.
Who's invited?
Everybody is invited. We are celebrating our achievements.
Okay.
We are celebrating our challenges too, because it is from these challenges that we have been able to build up innovative ways to overcome them. We're also celebrating the next 10 years before it happens.
All right, let's begin to round off. Do I need to pay for the blood that I donate?
Yes, you need to pay some amount of money for the testing of the blood.
Okay.
Donation is free. So if you want to donate blood, it is free of charge. We don't collect. But
that's voluntary donation.
Voluntary blood. Even once you are donating blood, any form of donation, you do not pay to donate blood. Okay. But once the blood is set to be transfused, to be used, it must be tested. Like I always say on this platform, blood is like crude oil. You cannot use crude oil into your vehicles. You cannot use crude oil as gas. It must be processed. So the money that is paid is for the cross-matching and the screening of the blood.
Let's go now. So for those who want to contact you, once again, how can they do that?
Just contact us at the voluntary donation number. That is the 08. Sorry, give me a few minutes.
All right. Let's do that right away so that you give it to give the accurate information.
Yes, I'll give you the accurate information. So we have our donor recruitment line. If you want to contact us, you can call us on 0806 920 7914.
0806 920 7914.
Perfect.
We'll leave it at that for now. Dr. Badrin Oshikomaya, nice having you in the building.
Always nice coming here.
Okay, then. So she's the executive secretary of the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service. And this morning, we've been able to reflect on voluntary blood donation, a lifeline for accident victims. We have to go. Dayo Anthony has produced the program. Maximum thanks to Okpayemi Shonunke and Deborah Bolodeoku, as well as our executive producer, Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. I'm out. Stay very much within. Bye.